Back at it again, and I came across this clip with Dan Bongino, I think that's how you pronounce his name, and I found it really, really interesting because I had mentioned it a few times in previous videos that I came across a study that was talking about this, and I couldn't remember where I saw the study. I just remember seeing it, and I really should have saved it or saved the video that I saw it in. I feel like I might have come across it on Twitter or something, and yeah, I didn't bother to save it. I really should have, but yeah, I think this is a really, really interesting topic of discussion that I guess it's time to address. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
Did you catch this piece in the Wall Street Journal? It's about why liberal boys and girls are suffering unprecedented levels of depression and anxiety. It's called, Is Politics Making Kids Depressed? Well, the reason, sadly, these are our kids too, liberal boys and girls are really upset, depressed, anxious, in some cases suicidal, shouldn't surprise you. As the piece states, if you were told at a young age your country was founded on lies, remains racist to its core, democracy's hanging by a thread, and then, by the way, none of this matters anyway, because irreversible climate catastrophes are just a few years away, yeah, you'd probably be depressed too. So why are liberal kids so depressed and anxious? Some of them suicidal? Well, if you were told everybody around you's a racist, masculinity's toxic, the climate's gonna blow up in 10 years, the police are targeting black men, some of your friends and women everywhere you go, if you were told COVID hysteria is so bad you can't even touch tennis balls on a tennis court, and then you were told definitely don't kick others' balls, you'd probably be crazy too. Where'd that come from? That never happened. Actually, it did.
Unless they're from the same household, has to bring their own tennis balls so that you don't touch other people's tennis balls with your hands. You can kick their balls, but you can't touch them. To avoid confusion.
Bro, they even laughed because they knew how foolish that sounded.
Touch them. To avoid confusion between whose balls are whose, you can use a marker, like a Sharpie, to mark out, to put an X or put someone's initials on them.
Really? Don't touch others' balls. Just kick them. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Don't touch others' balls. Just kick them. The only problem is, well, I guess that would be the great part about it. Because I was going to say the only problem is people wouldn't get the joke. But that would be the great part of the joke or of the shirt. They don't get it. We all would, though. Oh, man. Don't touch others' balls. Just kick them. Yeah. I legit might put that on a t-shirt. Seriously. That's golden.
You can kick their balls. Just don't touch them. That actually happened. You wonder why our kids are depressed? And then if you figure out how to kick or touch balls or whatever, you got to worry about not doing it in 12 years because the climate's going to blow up. Remember when AOC told all the kids this?
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. This is our World War II.
Joining me now to discuss is child psychologist Dr. Daniel Amen.
Now, I'm going to give my thoughts before, this child psychologist gives their opinions. We'll see if I'm right, We'll see if I'm right. My theory is the problem is the Democratic Party trying to get more votes. I'll explain. The Democratic Party, I feel, and I could be wrong, but I feel have tried to get more younger folks involved. Like you'll see teachers. As a matter of fact, there was a video from who are we checking out? Was it Project Veritas? I can't remember. But we came across a video. We checked out a video of a teacher literally talking about teaching her students how to protest. And if I remember correctly, she said she was doing this twice a week, teaching them how to effectively protest. I can make a very good educated guess on who she votes for when it comes to that. She don't vote right. And I think that's part of the problem where, or the left is trying to involve children in something that they shouldn't be involved in. Children should be completely left out of the equation. Children shouldn't even know what's going on. When I was a kid, I didn't care what was going on. I had no clue. No clue. Tragedies happen, I don't know. Didn't find out stuff was, certain things were happening until, years later as I got older and I was looking back. Oh, wow. That actually went on? Sheesh. No clue. But now young kids are hearing this stuff from their teachers. They're hearing it from administrators. They're hearing it from counselors. They're hearing it from some parents. They're hearing it from social media, their peers. They're hearing it all the time. So, in my humble opinion, it's pretty obvious why. If this is true, I think this is just an opinion piece, but if this is actually true, I'm not surprised. Not surprised in the slightest bit. But what do y'all think?
Doctor, one of my favorite books is Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. It's his account of the concentration camps in Germany. And he says, the key to mental health, even in stressful situations, is having hope. Are we stealing away hope for these kids with this constant alarmism all the time?
I love that because I've touched on that before as well. And I've touched on that when, these leftists are constantly telling black students, the white man's going to hold you down. The white man is going to do this. The white man is that. The white man hates you. The white man is always going to tear you down no matter how far you go, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're killing black kids' hope. You're killing their hope. And, hope is one of the most important things because without it, you see some of the degeneracy that we see today. If I have no hope, just think about it from a logical perspective. If you had no hope that you could become the person that you are today, what was the point of even trying? What's the point of even coming to school? What's the point of paying attention in school? Why don't I just be the class clown? Why don't I just go rob this guy down the street? I'm not going to be nobody anyway. Why don't I just go, do some unspeakable things? Who cares? I'm not going to be anybody anyway. If I did, the white man's just going to come take it from me. So, I'm just going to go take it from somebody else before it gets taken from me. But throughout this journey, I've realized that it only makes sense. Why does it make sense? Because the same party that was of slavery and segregation and the hatred of a race of individuals, it's only come back full circle. They just packaged it up really nicely and made it sound like it's a wonderful and nice thing. If you want to destroy a generation of folks, how would you do that without, directly putting them in shackles and chains and, being super bold about it, being in your face? You slowly destroy their hope. What does that do? Exactly what I just described to you. And then what happens with that? Well, lower education, lower income, which then leads to what? Dependence upon who? The very people that put them in that position. And who is that? The left. And it only makes sense because the left used to do it before. It's just packaged in a different way. That's my humble opinion about the whole situation. But y'all can talk to me about it, how y'all feel in the comment section.
Well, children are like violins, and they play the stress of their parents. And so with the societal unrest and the political divide, there are a lot of very unhappy children. And if you mix that with the incredibly awful diets we feed kids today, just think of a Happy Meal, and the social media addictions that they have, you see why anxiety, depression, suicide has gone up so much in children.
Doctor, we've had you on the show before, and you've actually discussed this at length, the pernicious effects of social media. This constant image culture, Instagram, TikTok, filters, this has to have a really damaging effect on the young mind, not prepared for all this social evaluation all the time. Likes, dislikes, thumbs down, thumbs up. Well, what is this doing to our kids?
Oh, I mean, there's no question it's dramatically increasing brain health, mental health challenges. Kids who spend the most time on social media, and they often get those toxic political messages, been actually found to thin the cortex or change their brain in a negative way. And your brain is actually not fully developed until you're about 25. So damaging a child's brain can have lifelong effects.
Bingo.
So what you're saying, doctor, is children psychologically digest crisis differently than adults do, clearly, right? And this has a long-term, lifetime effect on them?
It can, yes. And so getting their brains healthy, limiting social media, noticing what you like more than what you don't like, and training that is just critical to raising healthy people.
Right.
Absolutely.
Doctor, thanks a lot for your time. We always appreciate you coming on.
And also, one of the problems with social media, and I've talked about this, is that I feel like a good portion of society fails to realize that what you see on social media is a highlight of somebody's life. And it's even further than that, in my humble opinion. What you see on social media is a highlight of somebody. Somebody took the highlight of their life, and then they took the highlight of that highlight. Right? And I'll explain. So somebody goes on a nice fancy trip, which is like the highlight of their life. But then they take the best moment of that trip, and that's what you get to see. So it's a highlight of a highlight. Nobody's posting, oh man, couldn't pay my phone bill this month. Phone got cut off, or oh man, I couldn't afford rent this month, getting evicted. Nobody's posting that stuff. Okay, somebody is posting. Of course, there's outliers. But most people aren't posting that kind of stuff. You don't get to see when people are struggling. All you get to see is when people are quote unquote winning. And so people get this unrealistic expectation of life, and that, as soon as I'm, moving out of my parents' house, I'm supposed to be winning and making all this kind of money and be driving the fanciest car and living in the biggest house and the nicest of neighborhoods. And, I got to keep up with the Joneses too, because the new cars just came out, so I got to get that too. And then they realize that life is very complex. There's a lot of ups and downs in life. And then they remember all of the, political stuff that they saw. It must be the white man. It must be the white man. I'm laughing, but I feel like that is the case. I don't know for a fact, but, I feel like that very well could be the case. I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think, though? What do y'all think? It's crazy. It's crazy. Man. All for the love of politics, destroying the youth. The left are some sinister folks. Very, very sinister. We must save our kids. Y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.